You can go.
Now that you put me on the spot, I'm nervous. Okay. We're gonna talk about oh, you can't see it. My Dreadful Darling by H.D. Carlton. Pose, smile
Oh
with
my
your
God. Okay, yeah.
butt. Okay. Well, this one was a wild ride.
I know. First, I'm like upset that it's taken us this long to get here to talk
I
about it.
know.
But also like yeah. Where do we even
So,
start?
from the beginning. What is the beginning? So she, I'm like, literally, what is the beginning? She
Okay.
starts at college and then they start at college, right? He's there, she's
Yes.
there.
Okay,
Um,
so enemies to lovers, all right?
mhm.
They literally hate each other. Hate each other. Her
That's
dad
one thing.
is
Legit enemies to lovers, and I feel like we don't get that. Like,
yes.
try to kill each other, enemies to romance.
Like
Yeah.
actually handcuffed her to a flagpole in a blizzard. Like hate each other, enemies. I did not know how we were gonna come back from that. Okay.
No.
First of all, I guess, okay, back up. So her dad is a serial killer,
Mhm.
and her dad killed Dred's mom.
Mhm.
Yes. So that's why Dred hates her. She hates Dred, honestly, really just because of what he does to her. Like, she doesn't
Yeah.
really have any other reason to hate him, but he just like hates her with such a passion because he thinks that she believes her dad is innocent.
Mhm. Because when she was younger, she knows he's not innocent, but when they were
Yeah,
younger, she did interviews with her mom,
right.
basically saying that there's no way that our dad could, or my dad could do this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
People started to think that Dred was lying because what's it called when you send somebody to prison?
Well, he's the
What do you,
one why
what's it
can't I think of this
called?
name? He's the one that like turned him in, basically, like
Yeah,
to the
like
police.
his statement is the
Yes.
reason
Yeah.
that the dad's in prison. So
They're
like
letting
he
her went to
basically,
jail.
yeah, he said he's the reason he's there now. So then once her and her mom started doing interviews, people started to believe that Dredd put an innocent man in jail because they were
Right.
believing them. So that's why
Yes.
their like hatred started, and she obviously never told him that she didn't believe that.
Yeah, because also like she didn't have like a voice to stand
Mhm.
up to say like no, my dad's actually like a killer because we find out at the end of the story, which like spoiler, okay, don't watch this if you don't want to know. But like we find out at the end of the story that like she actually saw her dad murdering one of the women and the dad threatened to do the same thing to her mom if she told anybody. So like being a like 4-year-old kid,
Yeah.
like what's she gonna do with that information? So then she just like doesn't do anything. And then whenever it comes out, she believes Dredd, but she can't tell anybody because she still thinks that then the dad's gonna kill her
Yeah.
mom. So obviously, so much trauma to unpack there.
Yeah. So lots and lots of background. And then basically because we don't get a ton of that background in the beginning, we kind of get
No,
introduced
you
with
really just
them
get that
being,
they both believe like wrong things
yeah.
about each other for
Yeah.
the
And
majority of the
so
story.
she's in college. He is at that same college. He's
Mhm.
like a professional
Swimmer.
swimmer, right?
Mhm.
Um, so he's like super well known, a lot in the public eye. Everybody loves him, so he gets away with a lot because
Yeah.
everybody loves him. So basically, he bullies her for like ever. But
Yeah.
when we
And
say
nobody does
bullies
anything.
her, he bullies her,
Bullies
like
her.
really fucking
Yes.
bullies her.
But
Like,
then you do kind of find out, like, towards the end, that, like, he's been more so obsessed with her, like,
Mhm.
his whole life, but in a way that's not, like, bully obsessed. Like, he, like, followed her to college. He's always,
Mhm.
like, watched her throughout her life. Like, okay, yeah, like, stalker, whatever. But, like, it's more so in a way that like, whenever his best friend is like, dude, like, you've been in love with her for years. And
Yeah.
he's like, what are you talking about?
I do truly think that he didn't realize he was in love with her. Like
Yeah,
he
no,
would
I
follow
agree.
her because he wanted to make her life a living hell. So like he's like,
Mhm.
I need to be everywhere where she is
Yeah.
so I can ruin her life. And like along the way, you
He
spend
just,
too much
yeah.
time with someone, things are gonna evolve.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah, so while
main,
he's like handcuffing her to a flagpole, he's like, oh shit, though, like I might love
it's
you.
kind of hot, kind of like her. But the first bully instance we get is him putting her in the grave.
Yes.
That's
Wait,
like the
no, that
first.
was after the flagpole
Was it?
incident, I think. Yes.
In that general, we get those two like pretty
It
quick,
was
pretty right off
very
the bat.
back to back. Yeah.
So he ties her to a flagpole in the middle of a blizzard. He doesn't, the friends
His
do.
friends do. Yeah.
So, okay, back up. He puts a dummy in her room that's chopped to pieces.
Yeah.
That
To
makes
make
it
her think
look
that like a
like,
murder literally
yeah.
happened in her room.
So at this point, her dad has been released from prison. She knows
Yeah.
it, he doesn't. So he puts this dummy in her room. She panics thinking her dad is back.
Yeah.
He
And
doesn't
like killed somebody
realize,
and put it in her room to
yeah.
like frame her.
He doesn't realize at that point that he's like traumatizing her to that extent because he doesn't know that the dad's released,
Right.
but still fucked up regardless.
Still,
But
still,
he does that.
still so messed up.
He
But
sends
like
his
we're
friend,
justifying it.
right?
It's fine. He
It's
didn't
fine.
realize that the dad was getting released
I
from
know. I
prison,
was
so
like,
it's
we need to
okay.
backtrack. It was still wrong, but not as bad. But then he sends his two best friends to her dorm to act as cops to a quote
Yes.
unquote arrest her for this murder because it's in her
Yes.
room. Then they end up tying her to a flagpole and leaving her there.
Right. And then he saves her. Like he realizes
Because
that it's cold
she's
outside
dying.
and that it's snowing, and he goes and
Because
saves
she's
her.
legit dying. She's
And
legit
then
out
he
there.
lets her sleep in her bed to warm up, like it's or in his bed. Like it's totally fine.
And he cuddles her and then takes pictures to blackmail her while she's naked in his bed, you know? So
This is how I know that like I have
mental
issues,
problems.
truthfully.
No. It was fine.
It's
From
fine.
real life, it's fine. Uh
Yeah. Okay. So then we basically do get the grave one right after that, where all of the girls, she shows up to a party, and there's all these girls there wearing a white t-shirt, and in black are dates, like death dates of all of the girls that her dad killed. So again, Dredd is thinking that she doesn't care about these girls. She's basically like, oh my God, this is my worst nightmare. Like, I've thought about these dates my whole entire life. And again, like, he doesn't really realize that. And then he literally shoves her into a grave and, like, throws dirt
dirt
on
on
her.
her. It's like yeah, literally is about to bury her alive, but doesn't.
But, like, he
So it's
doesn't. So it's
fine.
fine. Okay. And then it's more so, I think after that, I think the first time that, like, there's a shift is then whenever he takes her to the pool.
Mhm.
But why were they at the pool again? I don't remember. But he like throws her in, not knowing that her mother tried to drown her when she was a child.
He
So
literally
she's
brought her there
terrified
to
of
do that.
water.
It was just like another I'm gonna fuck with you prank. Like I don't think he
Yes.
knew anything. Like he just took her to the pool
No,
because
yeah, he had no idea that
he
she
has
was scared of
access to
water.
the pool because he's the swimmer, so he just has the keys and it's an isolated
Yes.
area. So he just thought like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with her again, throw her in the
Yeah.
pool,
Threw
not
her in the
realizing
pool.
she's like actually gonna go into a full-blown panic attack.
Yeah, which does
She
happen.
does.
And then they just start like making out. So it
And
was
then yeah,
fine.
he
Like
jumps in the
she's
pool to like not help her, but be he's kind of like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why are you freaking
yeah,
out this bad? Like, I just threw
right.
you
Like
in a
it's just
pool. Why
water.
are like I just threw you in a pool. Why are you acting like this?
Yeah. So then they start like making out. And I think that that's the first time that there's like a little bit of a shift of
Yeah.
like, she was kind of like, what's happening? Like, why did I actually like that?
Yeah. They were
So,
both a little bit like, what the hell afterwards.
yeah. Here's what I liked about the enemies to lovers. I liked that, like, one, we get to the end of the book and she still hasn't said that she actually has feelings for him. Like,
Yeah.
she's kind of hinted about it and, like, he kind of knows just because of, like, how she acts, but, like, she hasn't actually said it.
Yeah.
And throughout, like, the entire story, it's like she's falling for him, but she's, like, questioning that because she's like, why am I, like, allowing myself to, like, fall in love with, like, my tormentor, like, my
Yeah.
bully my whole life? But then he actually becomes like one of her biggest protectors. One, especially once he finds out that like she believes him. That was like one of the biggest parts whenever
Yeah.
she was like, "No, I believe you." And he was like, "What are you talking
But I'm
about?"
glad it wasn't like a just out of nowhere, oh, everything you did to me was fine and I forgive you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Yeah, like
like
they
you said,
definitely still, and he even questions it too because he's like, he basically is like, my mom would be so disappointed in me if she knew that I was like dating the daughter of her killer.
yeah.
And so like there's a lot going on with him, and then she's more so like, okay, well like he's literally believed me my entire life, but yet like why do I have feelings for him?
Yeah. So after the pool scene, then basically, I don't want to say like the rest of the book, but like we kind of just get bits of like that type of stuff. Like he continues to torture her.
Yeah.
Then they
But it's
continue to kind of
definitely
like get
not
it
to
on
the
after.
extent,
Yeah.
right? Because I think then the next one that really happens was whenever he like threw that bag over her head and put her in his trunk.
Oh, kidnapped her. Yeah, because
Yes. And
again,
she thought it was Lionel. She legit thought that it was her dad.
she still doesn't know that he's out of prison because
Yes.
she stole the letter that was like sent to him because he gets the whatever from the jail.
Notified.
Um,
Yeah.
and so what was happening? Why were they evacuating? Something else
He
happened.
pulled the fire alarm.
Oh yeah, he pulled the fire
Yeah.
alarm. There was a cop that was supposed to be protecting her.
Mm.
That Barry sent. That's his name, right?
Yeah. Yeah, very.
Sent to like keep an eye on her, or whatever. And then they all evacuate. She runs away during the evacuation. She calls an Uber.
Hmm.
She makes it to the Uber. The lady can't get her on the car, so she gets out and she's like, I need to get
Yeah.
the hell out of here. And then when she's out in like kind of the parking lot by herself, he kidnaps her and
Grabs
throws
her.
her in the
Yeah.
trunk and takes her. And she's thinking that she's about to get killed by her dad.
Yes. And then whenever she finds out that it was him, she was actually like relieved, which is where it kind of becomes like he's not my biggest enemy
Well,
anymore.
because we
Like,
even got her thoughts of like, is he gonna come save me? Like
yeah.
she was hoping that he was gonna show up.
Right. And it was him the whole time. So like that's so sweet.
Yeah, no big deal. No big deal at
No
all.
biggie.
But we get a
No,
lot after that. I can't where did he take her?
I don't remember. Was it back to the pool?
I don't remember.
I
Why do I
don't
not
think.
remember?
I don't
I think
know.
so.
I don't know, but I do think that like after that moment is when they then like kind of weren't really separated after that. Like
Mhm.
after that moment of him like realizing that she's like scared of her dad, and then I think
Well,
that's when she tells
he
him
tells them,
that
yeah.
her dad is out.
Because she was like pissed. She's like, you don't understand how scared I was because
Right.
of this. And then he was like, oh fuck, like I didn't realize that this
And
was
now he
happening.
was mad at her because he was like, why did I not know that he was out of prison? And she's like, well, I stole your letter.
Yeah.
Um,
And
but
then from
then I
there
feel
on,
like
basically, he makes her stay with him for protection.
yes, like from then on, he's like her biggest protector versus like bully because he knows that like she has a greater enemy
Yeah.
now. And then I think that that's where he really starts to fall for her because that's whenever they figure out that like she actually does believe him.
Yeah.
They both kind of are like, what do we do about Lionel? Because they both think that like they're gonna get killed.
Yeah.
I think it was whenever she got kidnapped and she was so scared, he was like, why are you scared of your dad? Like you
Yeah.
shouldn't be. Like, you
Because
should
you
be
don't
excited
think
that
he
he's
did.
getting out of prison. And she was like, no, I'm a loose end. Like, he knows that I know. And she sent that letter to the like probation officer or whatever, begging them to not let him out of
So
prison.
her dad knows that she told.
Yes. That
And
she did
so
stay. Yeah.
she's going back to like, well, he said if I tell anybody, he's gonna kill
Kill me.
probably me and my mom.
Yeah.
So now that he knows and he's out and about, they think that he's coming for them, even though she's in a different state now. And he's not
Yeah.
supposed to like cross state lines when he gets released, but all this like weird things because she gets starts getting left notes that say like some whatever. It's on the cover of the book, isn't it? There was something Angel. And he's the
Yes.
only one that called her Angel, and then she's getting like locks of hair and like
Yeah.
eyeballs.
Eyeballs. Now, I think what I really liked about this is I don't think I've ever read a dark romance that was also like a murder mystery. Like we're honestly trying to figure out now, like because another girl just got taken.
Mhm.
Two other girls. Did two other girls get taken? I know at least one
No,
did. But they're
I don't think.
trying to figure out like there's a copy. No, more girls are getting taken and killed
Yeah,
because there's a copycat, which also makes it seem like Dredd is lying because somebody
the
started
murdered
killing
his
people in the
girlfriend.
same way that the locksmith
Yeah.
did, which is her dad.
But then somebody gets
So,
taken from her school that people know, and people are blaming
yes.
her for it because
Yes, people think that like she killed this girl. So
yeah.
it's like now it is kind of like a murder mystery of like, well, one, who's the law, like who's the copycat? And then also like who took this girl? Was it the copycat? Was it actually her dad? Is there somebody else? Like it's kind of like a
While
big
trying to
mess.
prove her innocence because people are starting to think she's doing these things.
Yes. Yeah, and we leave on like the biggest cliffhanger because someone was killed. Was it the girl that got
It was
taken from the
Mindy.
school that was in
Hmm.
her room?
Yeah.
Yes. So like this girl was like totally dismembered in her room. Well, really in Dred's room when she goes
Mhm.
back and then she gets arrested for it. And
Yeah.
that's where it leaves.
Yeah. But
What
we
happens?
too,
I don't know.
her dad is dating a girl that goes to her school too
Right.
while he's in
I
prison.
think she knows nothing.
She's a
I
ditzy. I
I
don't
think
think.
she actually thinks that her dad is innocent because I think he needs somebody to like truly believe that he's
Yeah.
innocent, just like her mom did. Like he
But then
needs
they
that like
start to think,
ally.
her and Dred start to think it's possibly like her because she's at the school. But I
Right.
don't think, yeah, she's smart enough to
No.
be able to pull that off.
Right.
But then we
But
get one of the other main characters, Barry, who I don't
yeah, what do
know.
we think's
I
going on?
don't know. So he's the cop that arrested
I think he's
her dad,
yeah,
right?
like a
Or was
detective.
like
Yeah.
in the main investigation. He works for like the FBI or something, whatever.
Right.
Basically, she was so young at that time that he kind of like father figured her. Oh, hello.
Right.
Well, you have an opinion on this?
She's getting very upset because it's storming. What do you think?
But
Yeah.
he starts to like kind of become her father figure. So every time anything happens, she calls him.
She
This
calls him.
happened. There's a
I
whatever.
know.
Everything is going on. So he knows ins and outs of everything. He knows the nickname that her only her dad calls her, like everything.
And this is why I'm like, I don't
But
want him to have
I
anything to do with
know.
anything, but I'm like, he knows too much.
But this is where it gets tricky because we do know. But like every phone call he ends with like, I love you so much. I love you, like I'll keep you safe, all these things, blah blah blah. And then at the end of the book, it leaves with kind of a thought cliffhanger where they're talking about like, well, who else knows like literally everything about me? Like who else could it be? And we all know it's only him. Like unless
Yes. Now,
something
for a
comes up in
split
the
second,
second
she thought
book.
it was Dred. She was like, you're messing with me again.
Yeah.
And then she quickly finds out that he's not. So, which I also really liked that because I kind of liked that she still questioned him. Like, she
Yeah.
wasn't just blindly like, no, it couldn't be him. She was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, he's messing with me again. Obviously, we find out that that's not true. But then I think Dred kind of questions Barry a little bit and is
Yeah.
like, well, like, does he know? And she was like, oh my God, yeah. I
But
don't
things,
know.
yeah,
I
things
really
started
don't want
happening.
him to have anything to do with it, but I feel like he just
No.
knows too much.
I know. And then it's like he did send a cop to go protect her, but he was like super
But the cop
incompetent. So
sucked.
it's like, was that intentional?
I know.
He's the one that's kind of convincing her of like, oh, there's no way it could be, your dad, or there's,
Right.
like if he's working with her dad, he's the perfect person to convince her that it's not
I
him.
know because I feel like he kind of like downplays some of the things that happen, and I'm just like, I don't think you would be doing that if you like actually really cared for her.
Like they
So
end up,
I'm
they
just kind
literally get
of,
an eyeball delivered to them in a box when they're like her and
yeah,
Dred
and
are
he's just
together.
like, please send it to me.
Yeah.
What? He's like, I'm gonna have someone come and pick that up. What?
Yeah.
Okay, what about like a full security detail? I don't know.
Yeah.
I also am like so on the edge of my seat to know what Dredd does when he finds out that she got arrested.
Yeah, because
Because that
Dred's out
man's
of
going to
town.
literally rip people apart.
So
I
yeah,
can't wait.
Dred's out of town at the end for a swim meet, right? Or like
Yes.
something. And she's in the hands of his best friend, which I loved his
I
friends. They were
know.
like the best little side
The
characters.
friends were such her best friend and his two best friends. They were very good side
But they were
characters.
like sleeping outside of her dorm and stuff, like keep her safe
Yes.
whenever Dred was gone. So when he leaves, they're kind of like together now. Everybody knows. He goes
Hmm.
on to leave town for the swim meet, so she's just gonna stay in his dorm. And then it's Severn, right? Is the one that's watching
Yes.
at that point.
Yes. Yeah, because
Come,
the
they
other
come,
one's on the swim team as well.
yeah. So they come back. He's supposed to watch her, and then all this happens where there's the body in
Yeah,
his
so he's
dorm,
like
and he's
watching her. They open the
arrested.
door and there's literally a head hanging from
And
the
she's
ceiling
probably like, "Oh fuck!"
fan.
Like,
And then he's like, holy shit.
yeah.
And then the cops show up and arrest her. And he's like, oh my God. And I'm just like, I can't wait to know what Dredd does when he finds out.
Does he call? Does
I
he call Dred? And like
I
that's
think
the end.
I think that he was on the phone when it like all kind of ended. I don't know if he was calling Dredd or if he was calling Barry.
Maybe it
I
was
don't
Barry. I
know.
was trying to see if it said it right in the end. Oh, I literally turned right to that page. where they arrest her. Says consider using this time to think of your own moniker since you can't use your father's. Such a good ending line. Ugh,
I'm just like, I just have to know. Like, I love her. She can do no wrong. But I'm just like, August?
I
You
know.
are you're gonna make me wait till
You need, you
August?
know, like you should. She did have it written, she said, and then it just needed to be like added to. I'm like, shit.
And then I'm like, you know what? It's fine because it's
Yeah.
probably gonna be even better.
No.
Like I'm just
Yeah.
like, it's fine. I will test my patience here, but
Well, because this
I
one
can't
I
wait.
did thoroughly enjoy this. The characters were really, really good. The spice was good. The enemies
Yes.
to lovers was good. The spice was very good. I very, very much liked
Yeah.
it. We had a
Oh,
few like borderline that's not okay spicy scenes, which I
mhm.
love as well. Like
Yeah.
he literally
You have
fucked
to
her
question.
in the on top of dead body ashes. Like
That one
that
got me
happened.
so bad. Oh
That
my gosh.
happened.
And then whenever her friend like made a comment,
Ugh,
you know what I actually really liked was whenever her friend messaged her when she like basically ran away from everybody for like a hot second. And her friend was then like texting her and was like, I'm so sorry because I accidentally like told Dread where you were. But she was like, oh my God, like I don't blame you for sleeping with your enemy. She was like, oh my, those hands are so big. And then she was like, he did this like thing where he grabbed my phone and I didn't even know what was happening. And like, if he's that good with his hands to get my phone, like, what else is he good
Yeah.
at? And I was like, oh my God, I love that. It
Well, and
like
we get the
actually had me laughing
little,
out
yeah,
loud.
we get the little snippets of her, with Severin too, right? It wasn't Rogue, it was Severin, right?
Who, the
Who went
friend?
to the house and was like messing with her, and then they ended up sleeping together.
That was I Rogue
Was it?
with her friend.
Sable.
Severin's the one with the girl that
Oh, Octavia.
yes, yeah. And whenever Rev told Octavia about everything that they used to do, Octavia dumped iced tea on his head
Yeah.
and then broke up with him. Yes.
And
And
he's
I think I'm
still
gonna
like,
actually like Octavia as well. Like I think
yeah,
she'll come in more in like the second book because obviously Severin's like a little bit more in their like lives in a good way now.
yeah.
So
But I love that when Rogue went to
so
the
good.
house, to Sable's house, and then they were like super awkward out there, like acting like they can't talk to each other, and everybody's like, what
Yes.
happened here?
Yes, and whenever I think they went to like a diner or something and they were all like sitting there and it was like so awkward between yes, Rogue and
Yeah.
Sable and it was so good. And he just like kept like making like cocky comments and stuff. Oh my gosh.
And
I
then they
just
find
love
out,
side plots like
I
that.
know. Then they find out, they say that they slept together, and then
Yeah.
he's like, oh, like to Rev, she's like, I don't want you to be mad. But then she was like, well, I have no right to be mad at you because I'm doing the same thing. Like,
Right,
I'm sleeping
right.
with my enemy too. Like, it's
Yeah.
fine. Ugh,
It was so good.
so good.
So good. Okay, well, we obviously both rated it five
Five
stars.
stars. Yes. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy 5 stars.
I can't wait for the next one.
I know. I feel like that one's gonna get a little bit more like murder
I
mystery
think it's gonna
plot.
get more like murder mystery vibe, and like the dad obviously is gonna have to come back and be like more of a prominent character.
I
I also think that
know.
I'm gonna really like it because now they're gonna be like together probably the whole book, but we're gonna get to see them both like kind of probably fight like her dad, like fight together against her dad
I
versus
know
like
that
fighting
first time
together.
that Lionel shows up, like we actually get him,
Oh,
and it's
I
gonna be
can't
so
wait.
good.
It's just gonna be so wild. And like you know that he's gonna have to show up in like the most chaotic way.
Mhm.
Like I can't wait.
I know it's gonna be
It'll
so
be so
good. But
good.
like there's gonna be more murders. There's gonna be more wild things happening. But also
Yeah.
like she's in jail now, so like how is she
Hopefully
gonna get
gonna
out
get
of
her out of
that?
there. I don't
What if she
know.
doesn't? What if she goes to prison and meets her dad in prison?
Well, no,
Like,
because
who
the dad's
knows?
out of prison.
Oh yeah, duh. Um, that's the whole plot of the book. It's gonna be
I,
wild.
the anticipation will kill me.
Or what if she like runs into people that knew her dad and like he spilled secrets
Yeah.
and then
Or
she's
maybe,
getting the
yes, like
inside
maybe she
scoop.
makes allies inside that like also hated her dad. That would be wild.
Well, because he would tell her too, and that's another thing, like, oh, I have friends, I have friends. So that's why she was
Yeah.
scared
But she never
even
actually
when,
met them.
yeah, but that's why she was scared even when he was in prison to say anything, because he made it seem like he had people outside that would like do his dirty work. And then there is the copycat killer. So she's thinking like there's people out there doing
There's
these
gotta
things.
be a
Yeah.
friend. Yeah. Okay, well,
So
I'll just
good.
sit on the edge of my seat until August.
August 27th. It's the end of August. And she said tentatively.
I could cry. What if it gets pushed back again? Because like I feel like the tentatively, in my opinion, I'm like, okay, maybe small hope that it'll get put out
Sooner.
before that.
That's what I'm hoping
But
too.
then I'm also like, my biggest fear is it getting pushed
In my
later.
head, I'm kind of like, how did you have a release date when the book's not even written yet in the
Yeah.
first place?
I guess that like shows how much I don't understand like the publishing
I'm like, it
process.
was supposed to be out this month, and now you're saying, oh, sorry, I didn't write
Yeah, it's not done.
it.
Weird.
I'm
I
excited
don't
though.
know.
Good. I will say, people have said like that it's better than Haunting Adeline. I don't know if I agree.
I don't know if I can agree with that
It
either.
didn't do that same like emotional type.
Yeah, I feel like Haunting and Hunting Adeline was a little bit more emotional.
I think Haunting and Hunting Adeline were darker. So like because we're
I
getting
agree.
some pretty intense, especially Hunting
To the
Adeline.
extent though, but I feel like they're both like dark in different ways. Like I feel like this one is darker in the sense of like background like childhood
Yeah.
trauma. And I feel like Haunting and Hunting Adeline is darker in like the concepts that it talks about.
That's what,
Like
yeah, I feel like I'm
this,
more was more emotionally tied because we have like our main character going through like sex trafficking and
yeah.
stuff, and that's
But
a
then
lot more
I'm also
intense.
like, how can we say that? Because this girl literally showed up to her house
We
and there
saw
was a dead
somebody
body
getting
scattered
butchered.
in it.
Yeah, true. And she
I
watched her
don't
dad
know.
literally sever someone to pieces when she was a child. So
I know. But that's what I mean. I do feel like it's a little bit more background than like what's happening now. But
yeah,
then I'm like, okay, but actually now she's also being traumatized.
yeah.
So
No, I don't know. I guess we'll see too because I'm basing that off of two books, like Haunting and Hunting Adeline together.
true.
Maybe we'll get more in the second one that makes it a little
Yeah.
bit more.
I
I
just feel like
loved it,
looking at
but
them like together or separately, I just feel like they both like bring such different, honestly, elements that I'm like,
well, that's
you
the
can't
thing too.
compare.
Everybody is saying, "Oh, I didn't like it as much, or I liked it more," and it's like it's a totally separate book.
It's a totally different book.
You can love them both in different. It's
Yeah, like
okay.
they actually have
It's
absolutely nothing
okay
to do
to
with each
love them
other. And
both at
there's
the
like
same time.
honestly really not even any crossover of similarities in my opinion, other than they're both a dark romance. They're so different.
It's okay to love them both.
Ah, so
Don't.
good. Okay, 5 stars.
Five
Final.
stars also, if you haven't ordered it yet, get the beautiful
No,
hardcover because
I'm getting the
this is
hardcover.
the there's no slipcover. Got it on Amazon. I don't know where else. I'm sure they have it everywhere else, but it's beautiful. But
Oh, it's
I am sad because the other one is only in paperback. So when that
oh,
time comes, but highly recommend reading and buying and purchasing and supporting,
it's
traumatizing yourself over and over again.
so good.
And now having anticipation until the end of August that you don't want.
Yeah, wait with us.
I say you better all read it now and wait
I
with
know.
us, not wait
I
until
know,
August
and
and
then we
then
can chat about it.
save yourself from the trauma. That's not fair.